Hello, this is wmpyr here to talk about the angles of attack. The angles of attack is basically your kata, a form found in Filipino martial arts, and there's a ton of different types of ways to do it. They teach a lot of different ways, okay? For example, the one that I like to teach is the 5 angles of attack, and I have 2 different forms of that I present to you guys. I've met other people that practice 8 angles of attack. I've learned 12 angles of attack, and I've also learned several different other forms of 12 angles of attack for arnis, kali, and eskrima. Each one was different. I've also met other arnis practitioners where their 12 angles of attack was different from mine. I've met guys that did 18 angles of attack. So the point is there's a bunch, okay? Now, there's no reason to be afraid of that or confused, okay? My recommendation to you guys is learn as many as you can and try to practice and retain them as much as you can, okay? Each one is different. Each system, each practitioner, is different because the founder can specialize in a certain different area. Therefore, the practitioners also will specialize in a different area. For example, like maybe there's someone that's really, really good with close range, knife combat type stuff, okay? So they focus on disarms, trapping, parrying, guntings, and stuff like that. So their form is going to look a little different from someone that does, let's say, long range with a stick or a bladed weapon. There's other people that focus on double weapon, other people that focus more on medium range, and they use the stick, without too much of the slashing. They're more on the strikes. They like to do quick strikes like that. So, because of all that, it can change. For a beginner, none of this really matters because it's kind of like college. You could end up specializing in medicine or something like that, and you could say, I want to do long-range weapons, all right, where it's a blade, and I want to do that. As a beginner, it's not important because just like in college, you have to do all the general courses first, English, math, history, science, politics. You have to do a basic 101 courses for all the basics and get those down anyway. So at the beginner level, I wouldn't focus on like, who teaches, long range or who teaches close quarter CQC, that don't necessarily seek that out. I don't think it's that important at the beginning, all right? Because also your perspective may change as you get better. Like in the beginning, you may want to do swords, okay? And as you get better, you go, you know what? Wanted to do swords, but I really like the size. You may change totally. So, I think it only helps that you have a flexible, perspective there. So anyway, the one that I want to present to you guys today is a simple one. I've showed this many times. It's 6 angles of attack, okay? So it goes like this. It goes diagonal, diagonal, horizontal, horizontal, and then diagonal from the bottom, diagonal from the bottom, okay? So total of 6 moves. Okay, let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Now, what I'm interested in is let's progress that. And even though we progress that, we still come back always to the basic form and continue to practice that. I still practice this one over and over. Okay, I don't just leave it and do just the more advanced stuff. I always come back to this. So my recommendation to you is the same. Always come back to it. Don't abandon it just because you go, oh, it's easy, I already got it. All right, so don't have that kind of attitude. So the next one, all right, is we're going to keep the exact same pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But now what we're going to do is we're going to add a stab first. So we're going to stab first and then do number 1. Okay, stab first, do number 2. Stab number 3, stab number 4, stab number 5, stab number 6, okay? But saying stab and then the number kind of takes too long. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go say S, okay? So S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, S6, okay? So that's the whole idea right there. The next form, I know I'm going through this really fast just because I'm limited with the video time, but the next one is going to be, we're going to actually do the slash first and then stab, okay? So the way we count it is we're going to say the number first, and S is always the stab, so it's going to be 1 and then S, 2S, 3S, 4S, 5S, 6S. Okay, so just like that, all right? Okay, so rather than showing you a whole bunch of different types of angles of attack forms, what I'm showing you is one form and how we can progress it, okay? So the last progression that I'm going to show you for today is my favorite one. If you see my channel, you've probably seen this one before already, but we're going to add a circular motion to it. So this is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and then number 5, number 6. Okay, so we're just adding a circle there. All right, so even though it is very important to learn as many forms as possible, please keep in mind it's not about learning as many forms as you can. That's not the best practitioner in the world. Okay, if you look at the guys that are really, really good, they focus only on a handful of stuff. All right, so kind of like a Olympic judo practitioner. Okay, so they only have a handful of stuff, but what they know, I mean, they mastered it. Okay, I mean, they got that armbar like really solid, and if they get in that armbar position, they're deadly with it. All right, so that's the kind of the idea. It's quality over quantity. So anyway, thank you for watching.